Chapter 21, Improving the User Experience for Health Information Technology. Solutions to health information technology issues involve the systematic study of the user experience that incorporates a wide variety of available resources. In a letter that is signed by 30 physician organizations in 2015, the American Medical Association issued a call for solutions to poorly designed electronic health records. Nurses are particularly affected by the excessive documentation requirements. To achieve a high-quality user experience, there must be a seamless merging that occurs from the talents of multiple disciplines, like engineering, graphic and industrial design, interface design, psychology, and domain experts in the discipline. In healthcare, human factors might concern the design of a new operating room to better support workflow, teamwork, and patient flow, or identifying obstacles to intensive care nurses in their task performance. In healthcare, ergonomics can be the number, type, and location of computer workstations or the physical design of a mobile device to support healthcare. Healthcare information can be addressed throughout the system's lifecycle that includes the design, development, purchase, implementation, and evaluation of applications. Usability is more focused on interactions within a specific context or environment for a specific product. Usability is fundamentally concerned with human performance and, when considering healthcare, interactions that promote safety rather than just one subjective data. The overall goals of usability are established by the International Organization for Standardization, or ISO, and these include the effectiveness is the accuracy and completeness with which specific users achieve specified goals. Efficiency includes the resources expended in relation to the accuracy and completeness of the goals that are achieved. And satisfaction is the level of comfort and acceptability that users and other people associate with the product, and it deals with the user's perceptions. The direct contact with actual users is needed early and often throughout the design or redesign process. Information like patient care, administrative, or educational information is the exchange mechanism. Interactions occur in a system of mutual influences where various elements like individuals and health IT act and respond on specific characteristics. Context is paramount with all interactions that are embedded within a context. This means that any outcomes of interactions are distinct as they are defined by the context. The developmental timeline indicates that interactions will change over time. The information is processed through either the product or the humans according to the characteristic. Techniques to improve the user experience may be informal or formal, simple or complex, and employ a few individuals or a wide range of users. Heuristic evaluations compare products against accepted usability guidelines to reveal any issues. As users voice what they are trying to do, they indicate where interactions are often confusing and provide other thoughts about the product. This allows a detailed examination of the specified tasks, in particular to uncover major effectiveness issues. These methods provide a process for learning about and documenting how ordinary users complete actions in a specific context. Focused ethnographies and contextual inquiry involve interacting with the users in their actual sites or field settings. User tests may be done at any point in the system's life cycle, but they are often completed as a summative test. That means that they're completed after the product is nearly or completely developed. A critical aspect of conducting a usability test is measuring the human performance and having a large sample of users. These are various types of usability tests. When determining requirements, questions need to be asked. Who are the users? What are their characteristics? How do the users process information? What special considerations should be made for this environment? What attributes need to be in place for the initial design of a healthcare information technology product? A formative test is conducted earlier in the system's life cycle, after requirements have been determined. These tests are conducted on preliminary designs or redesigns when fewer resources have been committed to programming the product. The usability focus is on the effectiveness goal. A validation test assesses how this particular product compares to the predetermined standard, benchmark, or performance measure. A second purpose for a validation test might be to assess how all the modules in the technology application work as an integrated whole. For the comparison test, the study design can range from an informal side-by-side comparison with structured tasks or the use of a classic experimental study design. The results are more dramatic if the designs are substantially different. As organizations begin to understand the importance of the user experience, leaders may be unsure where to begin identifying usability issues in their current environments. Once a usability problem is suspected, researchers or students begin assessing the issue more systematically using the techniques described previously. The basic steps for conducting usability tests may be summarized as followed. Number 1, define a clear purpose. The specific purpose guides the testers to determine the type of study, the methods, and the users required. Number 2, assess the constraints. Testers are always mindful of study constraints, which are time, resources, availability of the software to be evaluated, and the availability of other equipment like video cameras, testing labs, or users, especially if the users are specialists. Number 3, use a healthcare information framework to define pertinent components. The use of a framework to assess each component against the planned study is helpful to conduct usability tests. Number 4, match the methods to the purpose, constraints, and framework assessment. Methods that produce rich results, such as a think aloud protocol, will match a purpose of understanding key user requirements, while a more structured method will allow a comparison of the new and old designs. Once the methods are defined, all of the pieces can be put into action and the evaluation may be conducted. The user experience issues have clear impacts on health IT users.